Hola, hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl Zayna, and you know what, you're watching Xaymaca Beauty. So today I can't really do all of the exciting intros like I usually do. You know my intro is always up there. Because I'm in a little bit of pain, and this story time is gonna explain why. But before we get into that, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I would like to implore all my women to get checked. Check your boobies if it's through a self-examination or by going to your doctor. Check it, and not just for this month, but for the rest of your life, basically, because prevention is better than cure. And if you can detect breast cancer early, it is easier to basically treat it. So that's one thing. The next thing is Mental Health Awareness Month. I want you guys to ensure that you are checking in with yourself mentally. Like, are you really okay? Do you need to speak to someone? And ensure that you do mental resets if you find out that maybe you're just not okay. That may involve getting rest, talking to someone, whatever it may be. So that's number 2. So, yes, let's get into the video. So today's video, from the title, it says I could have died. And what exactly happened? I met into an accident, which is the reason I've kind of been MIA in my stories on Instagram a bit, and I've been MIA the past 2 weeks here on YouTube with releasing new content. And I did have pre-planned content, already filmed, just not edited. And it just didn't sit right with me to put those up without, telling you the story time, because there are a few lessons and things that came out of this whole situation. Now, before we get into the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. And yeah, that's it. So let's get into the story. So on September the 24th, I was supposed to go into Kingston, Jamaica, to pick up my health card. I never feel the vibes, so guess what? I was like, nah, I'm not going, right? But then in the afternoon, my dad was on the road, and I just called him. I was like, no, yeah, I called him and I didn't get him. And then he called me back, and I was like, hello, did you collect the pizza? Jokingly, because we didn't have an agreement or anything about getting any pizza or anything like that. And he's like, well, you never order one, whatever. So he's like, all right, order one and then go and pick it up, because I'm not sure if I'll reach back in time, because with curfew, COVID and curfews and all of these things. Yeah. So he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to pick it up. So he's like, order one and go ahead and pick it up. So if you guys know Linstead and if you know Bagwag, it's like a 15-minute ride there. So it was not a big deal or anything like that, because the only pizza place close by is actually all the way in Angels, Spanish Town. Well, not Bagwalk, sorry. Spanish Town. So that's a 15-minute ride right there. Right? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get ready, order the pizza, whatever. So I did that, and my mom asked my brother if he wanted to come with me. He's like, nah, he has an assignment that he needs to get done and things like that. So now, I leave out of my house, and me see gas in a car, so me frightened. So I said, all right, let me put on the AC. But something never sound right in the car. So I said, all right, I'm put on the window. This is very important, guys. You'll see pictures, I think, here pretty soon. But yeah, I'm gonna put on the window. So I say, all right, put on the window, still have on the AC, but I just want to make whatever in the car when I smell good, breeze out itself. You understand? So anyways, I drove off, not even 2 minutes good. I bend a corner, and I just feel, because that day it had rained. So the road was wet, basically. So I just feel the car drifting to the left. And it was hydroplaning. And if you know, when you hydroplane, you really can't bring the car back into the position that it was, because the water is what is carrying the vehicle. So it's water and oil on the road, and that can't work because water and oil don't mix. So anyways, yeah, so the car is hydroplaning, and I know about hydroplaning, but it never clicked that it was hydroplaning. But there wasn't really anything much I could do about it, but it never clicked. I'm just thinking the car is skidding. But if it's skidding, you usually hear like skid sounds and then things there. And the car wasn't skidding, it was hydroplaning in essence. But I guess you could call it skidding. So now, when the car hydroplanes, it hits a banking, and then it flips. I see sky. It flips again. I see sky, and it flips a third time before landing back on its four wheels. And the third time it flipped, I was like, Jesus, is this really how I'm going to die? The second time it flipped, I remember someone messaged me and said that I should be safe. So that was the first thing I remembered, because they were like, please be safe, always tell me this, and I do not take it for granted, So anyways, so I'm there flipping, and I flip onto someone's property, someone's property that I know. And it just worked out. Everything, this story just amazes me. If you see the vehicle, case in point, if you see how the vehicle looked, because it's still here in my presence until the insurance is sorted out. You see how the vehicle looked. If you see just all the circumstances, scream death. If I didn't have on my seatbelt, straight through the windshield. If I were any taller, I'd probably have some head injury. If everything screamed a lot of things, a lot of injuries, and I virtually came out literally scratch free. So we soon talk about that. So when the car landed, the car is still on, and this paramedic, no, not a paramedic, well, are they paramedics? Anyways, he introduced himself as an ambulance driver. He was cutting grass for his cows, I think, and he saw everything happen, and he came, rushed to the car. He was like, turn off the car. Throughout this whole thing, I never went unconscious. I did hit my head, but I never went unconscious. And he found down a taxi and got someone to go to the hospital with me. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, and couldn't speak. So the person spoke and said, yo, she died in the hospital. So that was the accident, right? And then, no, at the hospital, no, they carried me through triage. They carried me through everything, x-rays, whatever. And then they had me on a Baralgin drip. And this was what they told me. Oh, we're going to have her for observation. They did not tell me overnight observation. So, like, I'm here, like, saying, okay, I have to do a CT scan. Can I go home and come back for that? The lady tells me, no, your mom can go home, but you have to stay. So me now turn fool, First of all, when my mother came, she turned fool, because she had tell the people them say me born 2007. Big woman like me. Well, I'm not big still. But 22 years old, almost 23, like 2007, for real. So me turn fool, because me want got my yard. Back neck injury or not, I wanted to go home. So I was like, I started to cry and be hysterical, and I wanted to go on a food strike, because I hadn't eaten since I was at the hospital, and they had just brought me food and everything. And then, kind of calmed down myself and everything. And so that was really emotional for me, because I didn't know anybody, they couldn't stay with me and stuff like that. So it was really hard at that point in time for me, hospitals. Yeah, I don't want to do that again. So now, do the CT scan the next day. Mind you, I could not eat basically the whole day, because they didn't know when I was going to do a CT scan. And for a CT scan, you cannot eat before the CT scan or something like that. So they didn't know that. So I basically didn't eat basically the whole day. So got the CT scan done around 2-3 o'clock. And finally got discharged around 6 o'clock. Had a very horrible ambulance ride and all of them things there. But I have to say that the personnel, the nurses, the doctors, minus one, were really cool about their job. You know, I never had any problems with them. I just have a problem with the system. So, anyways, apart from that, and I'll be talking about, you know, the doctor. You'll see that. So, anyways, so recovery, you know, I came home the 25th of September. So really, I didn't have to spend any hospital time, which was great for me. But then the recovery is what has been beating me real bad. Mentally, I'm okay. The only time I really had almost a breakdown was when, I think it was the day after, the 26th, when they took off the tarpaulin off the car, because they brought the car to my house. They towed the car to my house and they took off the tarpaulin. And when I saw the damage for like face to face, because I'd gotten pictures before, but I never saw it face to face, I just felt like to cry. Like, it was tears of relief and joy, also tears of like, yo, I could have died. You understand? And yeah, so the recovery now, I have pain, a lot of pain, and it's up and down. And I'm on pain meds. I've been on pain meds for the past 3 weeks, and I don't like medicine. If you know me, I really don't like medicine. I'm not a medicine person. So sometimes, you know, I act tough and them things here, but really and truly, I'm in a lot of pain. Mostly my neck pain has gone. I can actually move. The range of motion in my neck seems to have come back. I don't really wear my brace that much. The back pain and the shoulder pain, though, especially my right shoulder, horrible. The next pain I've had is that apparently I got thrombophlebitis. I don't remember how to pronounce it. You'll see it somewhere on the page. Superficial thrombophlebitis, yeah, that. And in essence, it's a reaction to the IV, which they gave me, or the whatever, and it should have gone down, but since I filmed this video, my hand has gotten swollen again, and it's paining me. It's been paining me from the beginning, but it's swollen, it's paining me. So that's something I'm going back to my doctor for. I did have on a bracelet, and if you look, you probably won't see it, but if you look closely, you see where the bracelet marks were. And yeah, you can see that my hand is a bit swollen here, and it just hurts. But aside from that, I've been getting a lot of support. Like, I never know that people look out for me, like how them look out for me, like how I've seen them look out for me. No, it's crazy, and I really, really, really appreciate it. You know, the 25th, yeah, the 25th, I couldn't sleep at all. So I told you I got hysterical, cried, ball, galang bad. And then where I was in the holding area, not the holding area, the observation area, it wasn't beds that we were given, right? That's kind of crazy. They didn't have any beds. So we were in a holding area without any beds. There had these like long chairs-ish, but not much comfort to me because I'm in pain. And in that holding area, they had a lady who was not mentally right up there. So for the whole night, she was talking. For the whole night. And they had her on in restraints as well. So for the whole night, she was talking on all of these things. And it was just a crazy night for me. So I didn't sleep. So around 3 o'clock, I was like, okay, let me update my social media, you know, on what happened, you know, because I hadn't spoken to a lot of persons. So I was like, posted a picture of the car, said this was what happened. I was like, yo, it's a miracle that I came out. And you know, the amount of support and love that I got is so truly amazing. And I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you. I really tried to get back to all of you. If I didn't, I'm really, really sorry. It was just overwhelming through my WhatsApp, through my Instagram, everything, right? And even to this day, people are still pouring out love to this very day that I'm filming it, which obviously is not the day that you're seeing it. I got something from someone, you know, and it meant so much to me, you know. It's some people may view it as a little, but it meant so much to me because being in an accident and suffering severe whiplash is, trust me, the pain. I don't want anybody to go through this pain, and I have to do school and I do run a business and all of these things, and it sometimes it got overwhelming, and the fact that you have certain things to do but you can't do it because your body isn't there yet. So my working out and all of these things, but I have been truly thankful for this support, and even the insurance process has been such a breeze so far, brought in all of the reports and everything, and it has been such a breeze. And the lessons I wanted you to take from it is that God is still good. People may look at this situation and say, okay, but you met in an accident, the car mashed up and things here, but did I die though? And even if I had died, God was still good, because God always works out his purpose for everything that happens in our life. You see, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and the devil probably did want me dead that day there, but God, if you've seen the vehicle, it's like God just put a bubble around me and said, no, not today, not my picnic. You can't touch her today. You understand? So even to shake my head right now, kind of, I want to be extra, but I can't, But like God is like, so God is still good regardless, because the devil is out here trying. And when the devil sees something good in us, someone, any one of us, he's going to try and try and try and try. And we just have to hold on to God and trust him and pray to him. Pray for protection each and every day. And I find it funny that, I usually pray when I drive. I didn't this time. I didn't. Cause I say, well, I wasn't really thinking. I'm just saying 15-minute ride to and from. My mom, as soon as I left and bent that corner, it's like she stopped what she was doing and she was saying, God protect her, God protect her. Like she got this instinct and was like, something's gonna happen. God, please protect her. And less than 2 minutes, she got a call from me. So that God is just so amazing. So even when you fail sometimes, he has his angels, his persons around you. I'm praying for you, surrounding you with love and all of these things. So that's rule number one. No, rule number two, not rule number two. Lesson number two is that, you need to scatter the roses while people are alive. You may never know when you're going to leave this earth. And, I think I've always been conscious of the fact that, okay, yes, appreciate people while they are here, but it hit home more because I could have been gone. And I've been so appreciative of everyone around me, so much more appreciative, like me telling them I love them more often and them things, because I'm not really that emotional type person. My friends know me, but I need them to know from now, instead of me being at their funeral or them being at my funeral and saying all of these nice things that I've never heard before. It makes no sense. So anyways, that was the story about how I could have died, my experience in my first ever car accident. Guys, me no want no more. Me no want end up in a hospital. Me can't bother with this. Nope, not at all. This life is not for me. But yeah, I'm recovering. Still in quite some pain, but I'm alive and I'm so thankful for it. If you guys made it to the end of this video, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and if nobody yet never tell you, no, I love you. Mwah.